legendary Jose Mourinho. By the way, there's talk, speculation that he has already rejected his new Chelsea deal. And
he hasn't really rejected it.
He
just said he's not.
You don't really see him.
He's not rushing. And already, I listened to him. The last statement he gave was it the night ago or so, and he was saying, "Well, if Ibrahimovic wants me at the club, I stay. If he doesn't want me, it's up to him. He calls the shot." And I felt that was talking too much, especially with contract negotiations going down. It seemed that was his way of saying, well, he knows what to do. He should give me a better contract.
Jose Mourinho will stay. Just think of it. Where would Jose Mourinho go?
Well, I think for 5 million a month, 5 million naira a month, Mourinho will stay. let's
5 million naira.
Let's move on. 5 million naira. Let's move on, please.
Is that for Granot or for what? Or for Ovio?
Let's talk the UEFA Champions League. Now, we saw the first leg last time out. First, it was Juventus who hosted Real Madrid. And that was a game that was full of all sorts of permutation and all of that. Nobody was quite certain where it would go, whether Juventus would take it, whether Real Madrid would take it. But many people had felt that Real Madrid have the edge over 2 legs over Juventus in recent times. But in the end, let's look at that game. Morata. Yeah. How many times will a former Real Madrid man come back to haunt them?
Whenever they play.
Yeah.
As many times as they play.
Well, it certainly seems to be the trend, really.
You almost felt Morata was reluctant to even talk that in.
Did you feel so? Well, it was an easy talking for him, but then the celebration was very much subdued, as is usually the case when you play against your ex-team. I thought he took his goal well, talking about Morata, and Juventus, for me, deserved their victory. But you know the second leg is going to be a totally different ball game because they're going to play at the Bernabeu. I think they're going to be ultra defensive, talking about Juventus, and expect Real Madrid to come out and do plenty of the attacking, plenty of it too.
They came out, but I think the Juventus were really compact. That the Juventus were a very good team. The great setup for the goal for Alvaro Morata. Yes, I think that really hurt Carlo Ancelotti quite well to see your former players scoring against you out there in the Turin Arena. But for Juve, the likes of Pirlo, Marchisio, and Pogba was in there. They dominated Real Madrid in the first and in the second half, and I think they totally deserve it. Will they qualify? Still yet to say, but at this time, Juve have a big chance.
All right, let's look at the equalizer. Real Madrid running, James Rodriguez getting stuck in. And when that ball came, it was one time. And Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't miss it.
It was very unlike the Italians. How many times do you see Italian teams leave a man unmarked in the far post to tuck that in? Ronaldo was without a marker.
He always scores, doesn't he?
That's not going to go down well with Allegri. I think he's going to be wanting his defenders to go a lot closer to the guys in front. I think that's what we saw probably in the second half. After they got that second goal, he went to 5 at the back when they're defending, and then 3-5 when they're
and you know, Femi,
but then Ronaldo
that's
still scoring, despite how tight.
And that goal is everything for Real Madrid. We know how important it is in the UEFA Champions League. This is the goal that gives Real Madrid, all the hope they need going into that second leg. They would have wanted a draw. I thought Real Madrid played like, okay, let's go to the Juventus Arena. Let's not lose. Let's get back home with something, a good result.
Now, but this is where the major controversy call was.
I don't think it was controversial.
Clear penalty?
Clear penalty.
And I want our producer to stay on that.
Should have been a yellow card.
For Carvajal.
Yeah.
Now, that's the problem I had with the referee. He made a couple of mistakes. I thought at some point he didn't give some fouls. There were some fouls he shouldn't have given. He gave them. And on that occasion, Dani Carvajal should have seen yellow. If he gave Carvajal a yellow card for that offence, then Carvajal would have been sent off because he had another yellow later in the game. So I think
if he had that, he was more cautious.
Would he have been?
Perhaps, yeah.
Don't look at
perhaps.
But then Deji says the goal is a lifeline.
Oh yeah, huge
for Real Madrid.
Ronaldo's goal.
But the Juventus are in the Italian side. We saw in the previous round against Monaco. They didn't concede in the second leg.
Yeah, but if we play Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu.
It's different, very different from Monaco.
It's different from playing Monaco.
I think for me, they're going to go out there. Don't forget that before the first leg, Allegri said he was thinking he's going to end 0-0 in the first leg, 0-0 in the second leg. Mindset was we're defending all through.
That's not happening against Real Madrid.
You're going into the second leg leading by 2-1. You have to get defensive. possibly that's what's going to tell his players.
Don't
I think they're going to be a lot more defensive.
Real Madrid only need one goal
and Juventus
to win it.
Real Madrid need one goal. I mean, they're going to pour themselves forward, especially if it goes 20, 25 minutes without a goal. Real Madrid start getting jittery. I don't have to pour forward.
And what if Real Madrid score one goal very late?
If you pour forward for a goal and Juventus get a goal at the back, Real Madrid knew what.
Guys, don't forget, these are two Italian managers we're talking about.
Juventus know very much is still in the balance. As far as Juventus is concerned,
it's not going to go as simple as we think.
This is still very much in the balance as far as Juventus is concerned.
All right.
So of course it is. But, you know, Femi, talk about one goal. It's easy for us to flash back to the last round. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Goalless in the first half. Atletico Madrid came, in the first leg more like, Atletico Madrid came defensive in the second leg. But Real Madrid just needed one goal.
But not for the other two-round red card.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but
the possibility of ending goalless.
The other two-round red card was deserved.
Okay, but usually when pressure piles up, there is always a possibility of a red card. Let's leave that because I don't know what the Chiellini's, Bonucci's, they could be a endangered species. But let's leave it. We'll come back to that. Let's talk about that other big game. Barcelona at the Nou Camp.
What was supposed to be the biggest game?
Was that a big game?
Yes. Barcelona at the Nou Camp.
Sublime.
Against Bayern Munich. They are conquerors.
It was like Barcelona against Barcelona, but a second Barcelona team wearing a Bayern Munich shirt being coached by the former Barcelona coach in the form of Pep Guardiola.
All right. Lionel Messi showing his sheer class. Yeah. If you had any quarrels with the first goal, if at all, because it was a defensive mix-up, then you certainly got to look at that second goal. And even that first goal was confidently taken. There were no doubts as to his intentions.
Well, he knew Manuel Neuer was a very big fella. We saw Neuer stop Luis Suarez early in the game one-on-one. But Messi had other ideas in the second half. He shot that early underneath Manuel Neuer to get the first. And the second goal was something out of this world. We can't find the right word to describe Messi. Don't forget, this is a Jerome Boateng who played in the finals of the World Cup in Brazil.
One of the best defenders
in
the
Brazil.
season. Yeah,
this did not happen.
Was Jerome Boateng a little too coy? Did he go to ground too easily?
No, he
had no choice.
Messi confirmed this after the game. That was what I thought at first when I saw that fall. Yeah, Humpty-Dumpty kind of fall, that sort of fall. If you look at that properly, Jerome Boateng, he did it all night long. He was chasing Lionel Messi onto his weaker foot, his right foot. And on that occasion, all he wanted to do was chase Messi to the right foot. Well, Messi obliged quite well, but Boateng was on the floor. You know.
Okay, the whole intention, stop him from using the left
stop
foot.
him from
How do you
using
stop him?
foot.
Pep Guardiola already said before the match that Messi cannot be stopped.
You can't stop Messi.
It's impossible to stop Messi. And I think the second goal only confirmed how much brilliance this 28-year-old...
Does Boateng have a child of school going in?
I don't know.
You know, 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
My daddy is
there are very few players who can beat Neuer one-on-one.
And then they'll be teasing the child in school.
There are very few players, guys, who can beat Neuer one-on-one. You know, Messi will do that anytime, any day.
The beat last time. But Femi, just to add quickly as well, you know, Pep Guardiola somewhere in there.
I was going to ask that. The tactics.
I was disappointed.
Pep Guardiola.
I was really disappointed. Anticlimax for me.
He got it wrong.
I saw a tweet before the game started, and you know, the tweet was all about two sides love to play possession football, and then we may have a situation whereby both sides have 70% possession, which is, you know, impossible sort of. But I thought we'd have two sides who would come out offensive. When one side has the ball, it's going to be pressing all the way, the other side trying to get the ball back quickly. But what did we see from the stats? Even from the lineup, it was about Pep Guardiola going defensive from the word go.
Did you call that defensive?
Very defensive.
I also think that the scoreline was quite flattering.
Three-man defense against Barcelona.
He had three central defenders.
Central defenders who played in the middle of the park.
But then in midfield, he had Lam, a defender. He had Bennett, another defender.
But that wasn't their role.
Oh yeah, that's exactly the point. When you play defenders in midfield, what do you expect? How do you go forward offensively with defenders in midfield?
And that's the reason why they had no shots.
As far as I'm concerned, the scoreline was a little bit flattering. 3-0 looked as if you didn't watch the game and then you hear it ended 3-0.
Up until 75 minutes, that game was heading nowhere.
Oh yeah, but up until 75 minutes, Barcelona were dominant all through.
And Manuel Neuer had made about 5 saves.
Manuel Neuer had made really good saves. Okay, just wait for it. Wait for it.
3-0 looked very flat. If you didn't watch the game, you'll be thinking Barcelona dominated.
But they did. But they did.
Look,
because we had 90 minutes of football.
But you look at the possession. Bayern beats them on possession. Yeah.
But how many times have we learned that possession has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with
possession?
football?
Doesn't matter in football. Chances created doesn't matter in football. The only thing that matters in a football game
goals.
is the goals.
Goals, yes.
And Barcelona had the goals.
What are you saying? Yeah, Barcelona had goals. It was very flattering.
But Bayern Munich didn't even have a single shot on target.
But does it matter? What matters really is the goals. Yeah, we agree that the goals is what matter.
But 90 shots on target, 5 quality saves from Manuel Neuer, at least 2 or 3 sweepers job that were not recorded as saves. About 2 or 3 times when he
was left one-on-one, exposed.
Left one-on-one. I came and swept it. I mean, they were not even counted as saves.
That's been under pressure. That's been under immense pressure.
But then 3-0 looks really flattering. If you didn't watch the game and you come and hear 3-0, you'll be thinking, well,
I thought Pep Guardiola should have done something at least different.
By the way,
going to the Camp Nou.
By the way, I don't think
you don't play a highlight against Barcelona.
I still think there's a chance for Bayern to get
I think Pep Guardiola tried to defend without really defending. He tried to. He played a defensive setup, but he wasn't really defending. And when you play that way, it's only a matter of time before you give in. And they eventually did. Of course, it had to be Messi, a special player, to break that.
Bayern still to go through for me.
Bayern to go through for you?
Yeah.
That is spectacular.
Well, we will be previewing, the next set of games.
That is spectacular.
By the way, right after we take a break, will Bayern go through? Will Juventus go through? Would we have an El Clasico final? These are some of the talking points. This is SPORTON. We are Femi and the gang. When we come back, we'll look at all these issues. For now, though, we have something sweet and nice and special for you. It's the top 10 epic own goals. So many things. There's a stat that Javier Mascherano has scored 5 goals in a Barcelona shirt. All own goals.
Wow.
Femi, have you seen the greatest own goal ever?
We'll see it. Let's watch this and we'll be right back. Stick around. All right, guys, some interesting stuff and some of the amazing own goals we've seen in recent times.
Why should you go through so much stress to score an own goal? I mean, you want to score your post by your own hand, by yourself.
If you look at guys that score goals, there are guys that don't score regularly. So if you're doing it, then do it spectacularly.
The guy went
acrobatics.
Calm down.
Well, stuff goes on. How many own goals have you scored in your time?
Never.
I remember you never played football. I remember Femi scoring one spectacular own goal at the Campus Mini Stadium. You remember that?
You know, you call that spectacular. Look at the silly defender. He was supposed to clear the ball. He hit the ball on my body. The ball bounced back.
You're standing in front of the goal.
At least Ronaldo has scored an own goal.
Yes, I was backing.
We're yet to see Messi score an own goal, right? We're yet to see Messi score an own goal.
How will he score an own goal?
Messi has scored an own goal.
He doesn't assist. He
Ronaldo
doesn't go to
is the best.
Well,
he's the best.
That's because Ronaldo goes back to help his side because he's good with the head. Usually, like Didier Drogba, some of these players, they go back to the
greatest of all time.
You know, he just forgot.
Do you have to bring this in now?
I don't know.
Are we supposed to get to another
fight? That stuff is to give blood. I love the argument. It gives blood.
All right, guys, let's look at the Champions League preview, the matches to come. We already talked about the Bayern Munich-Barcelona game. The question is it done and dusted? Okun seems to think
absolutely
no.
No, I think for me not.
Absolutely. Pep Guardiola can as well kiss it goodbye. It's over. He failed against his old team. He will play the highline again in Germany, I'm sure. And this time, Suarez shouldn't make any mistake in front of the goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer.
If Bayern gets a goal in the opening 10 minutes, they need 2 goals in 80 minutes. But you know Barcelona probably get a goal themselves, possibly. But I think defensively they have to be solid. Talking about Bayern Munich,
we saw a miraculous comeback against Porto, but this team is no Porto.
That's Porto, and this is Barcelona. But I still think you can't just say it's done and dusted for Barcelona to go through to the final.
If Barca were somehow to concede an early goal inside the first 5 minutes,
it means Barcelona will score in the second half.
I don't think it necessarily means Barcelona.
If Mascherano was to go crazy and pick up a red card,
it means Barcelona will get an away goal.
You see the thing here, Femi. Even in the Porto game, at some points, Bayern Munich looked like maybe they could just mess the whole thing up. Jackson Martinez got a goal, and then the nerves started setting in yet again for Bayern Munich. The problem here is they're not keeping a clean sheet against Barcelona.
No way.
There's absolutely no way that's happening. Bayern Munich will come out positive. Well, they don't have a choice, really. They try to play offensive football. Good thing for them. You know, they'll have some of their players fresher than they were last week. Some of them, you know, better. They'll be resting so many players, by the way, against Augsburg just in a few hours, you know, in the German Bundesliga. Barcelona will score. And the moment Barcelona gets a goal, Bayern would need 5.
All right, let's leave that game. Let's leave that game and let's talk about the other game. Juventus, they play away at the Bernabeu. So Real Madrid, Juventus. What does your heart tell you, Con?
Juventus goes through for me. I think the 2-1 probably just be enough for Juventus. Real Madrid will probably go out attacking to get themselves a goal in the game. Juventus, and then they're susceptible to the counter-attack, which I think Juventus again, because of the kind of pace they have up front in Morata and Carlos Tevez. I think for me, Juventus would go through.
And just one away goal will be good for Juve. At least an away goal will be good for Juve to go through.
For me.
So do you think Juve will progress?
I'll give it to Juve. I don't want an Clasico final. I'm making that very clear.
Is that your heart talking? Is that reality or just your heart there? Is that what Lisa wishing?
I wish Juve against Barcelona in the final and Messi to take it.
Okay, Deji, I mean,
I think it's 50-50. Real Madrid are very strong at home. As they would usually say, you know, in Spain, 90 minutes is a long time in the Bernabeu. Real Madrid will come out offensive. Just as Okun said, I think Okun had a very good point. The fact that for Real Madrid, it's about them keeping it strong at the back. Real Madrid will score against Juventus at the Santiago Bernabeu. They will definitely score. They scored at the Juventus Arena. One of the most difficult things in modern-day football has to be stopping Real Madrid from scoring. Real Madrid will score against Juventus.
I fear Real Madrid getting to the final because I think they can beat anyone.
Are they going to concede as well?
They should.
They would probably concede as well. But, you know, we saw them keep it tight against Atletico Madrid in the previous round, where they needed to score 1 goal and keep it tight. And they did the job. It was quite good from them. So Real Madrid will score. Can they keep it tight at the back? That's the big question. If Juve get a goal, 1-1, Juve go through. 2-1, Juve will probably go through in extra time or penalty, something of that sort. But Juve just need that one goal.
All right, these are games for Tuesday and Wednesday. The Barca game actually is on Wednesday. And Real Madrid will play Juventus on Wednesday. But how about this weekend? Let's look at some of the
just
the
two
fixtures.
games on Wednesday. The Barca game is on Tuesday.
Barca game on Tuesday. Juventus game on Wednesday. So let's look at the games for the weekend. Let's go across the league.
England is a big one. Yeah, Chelsea versus Liverpool.
What's so big about that?
Because Liverpool really will have the guard of honour for Chelsea.
Really? But the game itself, I mean, Chelsea do not have to do much. It could be a training session for all the care. And Liverpool have shown that even they could lose a training session.
It's a chance for Mourinho to bring the likes of Sri Lanka. That's his name.
Oh, yeah. He had a great game yesterday, but I'm not sure he'll be playing.
By the way, I heard he scored 40 goals this season.
He's had 41 goals this season.
41 this season. Fantastic.
And is what, 17?
I think Steven Gerrard, it's the last time Gerrard will be facing his enemy in the form of Mourinho, according to Mourinho.
You know, so there's no doubt about
it's a very good game to watch, surely.
Sri Lanka lad being a special kid.
But by the way, is it Sri Lanka or Sri Lanka?
It's Sri Lanka.
It's Sri Lanka.
It's a Yoruba name.
Until it tells us. I mean,
Jordan Ibe is not
Ibe became
Ibe.
It's not Ibe, it's Ibe.
I don't care.
So
maybe it may become Sri Lanka.
I don't care. I know it's Ibe. Let me come and pronounce my name.
Well, let's look at the other fixtures. Arsenal, they get to play Swansea. That's the late game, I think.
Arsenal Swansea.
That's
it's one of the inconsequential games.
Late game today is Man United, Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
All right.
Arsenal's game is
I mean, when I say late, I mean it's
late in the weekend.
It's about the last game.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, it's not even on the weekend.
Yeah,
I think it's a Monday night game.
Yeah.
Okay. Everton will play Sunderland. It's Aston Villa up against West Ham United. Hull City will welcome Burnley. Leicester City up against Southampton, who've been comme ça. Newcastle, West Bromwich Albion. Newcastle dispatched Everton, who dispatched United, where West Brom dispatched them because West Brom then went ahead and dispatched United.
By the way, the Newcastle manager, John Carver, is the best in the Premier League.
All right. Crystal Palace, Manchester United. But there's little to say about United. City up against QPR, who have been disappointing again. Let's leave that. In the La Liga, anything of excitement?
You're kidding, Femi. It's Real Madrid-Valencia.
Real Madrid-Valencia. That's the big game. It's a bit disturbing that Real Madrid have to play Valencia when they also have to play
a Champions League second leg game.
Could that take a toll on them?
I think it depends on the Barcelona fixture. If
Barcelona play against
Barca play
Real
against
Sociedad.
If Barca win, Real have to win.
Now Barca are at home, same as Real Madrid. We'll see how that goes.
Carlo Ancelotti has said he's not resting no players.
How many points separate these two? Because it's a two-horse race.
Still the same thing. Still the same thing.
Looking at the table.
Nothing has changed.
Barca will be hoping.
So it can go anywhere.
Okay. In Italy, it's Juventus, Cagliari, AC Milan, Roma. That's a big game of
AC Milan to lose.
And then there's Lazio Inter, by the way, which is also
Europa League at stake, Champions League. Yeah.
There's very little at stake in Germany. Bayern play Augsburg.
Mönchengladbach, Leverkusen is a big game.
Mönchengladbach,
Bayern Leverkusen. Yes. And Borussia Dortmund will play Hertha Berlin. We've got to leave it at that. There's a Cologne game versus Schalke, by the way, in Germany.
Well, what's Cologne? What brand?
That particular one you sprayed. All right, guys, we have got to go. We've run totally, out of time. Yeah. We got to go. We'll come back next week. We'll do it bigger. We'll do it better. We'll do it grander. Don't forget, you could relate with us on social media. That's at SPORTON NG on Twitter. Our official Twitter handle for the team, by the way, is at FATG
What's
official.
The G? Is it goat or something?
FATG.
Fat goats.
I don't know, whatever you make of it. FATG official. The discourse continues, and we'll be covering all of the excitement of football has got to bring you on radio from 12. Thank you very much, Okon, for being a part of this.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Okay, Olisa, thank you very much for coming.
Bye-bye.
And Deji, nice debut.
My dear, somebody needs to be beaten. But it's all good.
I'm Femi Obong-Daniels. Take care, guys. We'll see you again next week. Shake me, John. Shake me. And you come shake me. We gotta go.
Don't do that. So you have to go.